8,33 grados en la escala Richter fue la magnitud del terremoto cuyos efectos se dejaron sentir.
All right, tell me about the moment this hit, and did you grab something? Was it shaking you in your chair?
Well, I was out on this patio where there were hundreds of people, and all of a sudden the lights went out. The power went out immediately. It didn't really register with me at first that it was an earthquake, even though I grew up in Los Angeles. I've been through a lot of earthquakes. So at first you're just like, oh, is that traffic? Is that something? And then it kept going and going, and clearly it registered. And my big fear was there were these two giant cranes across the way, and I just thought those were going to topple over. So I started running the opposite direction.
Were people screaming?
It was totally mass chaos. It was car alarms, people screaming, people talking, trying to figure out what to do next.
When you walked around, or even when you walked around since, have you seen what we saw in Haiti? Have you seen the buildings crushed and the people gathered who've trying to dig out those buried underneath?
I'm in Santiago and I have not seen people buried. I've definitely seen buildings that have been crushed, but it's localized. I think that the buildings here are probably more stable. So there's like an old church that's 100 years old. The dome was crushed. Yesterday I went to kind of an office park called La Ciudad Empresaria, and that's pretty much been destroyed.
Help us understand why we haven't had more from the Chilean government. We expected the immediate appeals of the kind we heard out of Haiti. We expected the cavalcade of rescuers heading that way and of relief workers heading that way, and we don't have a sense of it. Is the government that well organized there?
You know, in Santiago, in some ways, if you're not in an area that's been damaged, it seems like people are kind of trying to continue on life as usual. I mean, I even saw the day after the quake, someone carrying on with their wedding. So it's very patchy in terms of who's really in a crisis mode here.
Well, Santiago is so sophisticated. I always loved it. Fabulous art and restaurants and music and a sense that you can travel from one geographical zone to the other. The mountains are so spectacular in Chile.
It is, yeah, and some of the old architecture is really gorgeous as well. And I think that's kind of one of the sadder parts about this, is that some of the older neighborhoods seem to have suffered most of the architectural damage.
All right, well, great to have you talking with us. Everybody was really happy to see that you were okay yesterday.
Thanks so much, Diane.
Okay.